Have you ever wondered how a country ensures its people have enough food? Let's dive into an essential player in this drama, the Food Reserve Agency. The Food Reserve Agency, or FRA, manages Zambia's strategic grain stocks. Its main task, to buy, store, and release maize. This helps stabilize both prices and supply. However, there's a catch: it often misses the most vulnerable households. Let's explore two scenarios, one with a maize deficit and another with a surplus. First, picture a deficit here. When maize production falls, supply decreases. This drives prices up. A typical family may buy half the amount they need. What does the government do? They import maize through the FRA and private sector. This appears effective, as the national supply increases. But imported maize comes at a cost. Households struggle. Imported maize is expensive because it requires foreign currency, transport, and market fees. The paradox: maize may be available, yet the poor can't afford it. Next, let's look at a surplus year. When Zambia enjoys a good harvest, farmers aim for the best prices. Often, this means exporting maize to countries facing their own shortages. Commercial farmers export maize to Malawi and Mozambique. While this is good business, it creates a challenge. Local food insecure districts may miss out on the surplus. The national food reserves reduce price volatility. However, Zambia has high agricultural production costs, making its maize less competitive. Farmers face high costs for fertilizer, seeds, and fuel. Thus, our maize is priced higher compared to cheaper imports from neighbors. So, what can be done? We need smart, market-based solutions alongside the FRA. One idea is warehouse receipts. This allows farmers to store maize and receive a receipt, providing them access to credit without selling immediately. Another option is differential pricing. This means giving subsidies to small-scale millers serving low-income neighborhoods. Meanwhile, larger millers pay the higher market price. We can also introduce weather insurance. Farmers pay a small premium, and if they face bad weather, the insurance pays out. This provides quick support when it's needed most. In summary, the FRA is crucial for food security, but it's not a one-stop solution. To protect households better, we need a multifaceted approach. Now, let's reflect. What difficulties arise when creating district-level food balance sheets? Collecting accurate data and accounting for diverse crops will be key. Think about the benefits of a food balance sheet. It guides government importing/exporting, and informs budget decisions for agriculture. Also, what are its limitations? It often overlooks household food shortages. Alternatives like household surveys track real hunger while market monitoring records price changes. We want to hear from you. What challenges have you witnessed in your community regarding food security? Share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned for our next video. We will explore early warning systems that use various tools to prevent food crises. If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss our future updates.